Some betrayals are loud, others come softly, wrapped in elegant words and self righteous deflections. And then there are betrayals that keep changing their story until they land on the most convenient scapegoat of them all, Meghan Sussex. Prince Harry has resigned from Sentebale, his first and most personal charity. Prince Seeiso, co-founder, has stepped away too. And so has the entire board of trustees. We know why. And if you don't, well, because they all agreed that the chair of the board, Dr. Sophie Chandauka, created an unworkable, destructive environment. But now Dr. Chandauka wants us to believe the root of the conflict wasn't her lawsuit, as she said she was suing, or her refusal to step down, or her financial mismanagement, or did she not say racism, misogyny, abuse? No, 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 no. No. You see, now she claims the issue began when she refused to publicly defend Meghan Sussex. Oh, how convenient. My dear, Meghan Sussex does not need your defense or a word from your mouth to defend her. Not a word. Welcome. This is Majesty, Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us. So here we are, an update, continuation of this story. So let's go back a few days ago. There was the story Dr. Chandauka, chair of Sentebale since 2023, had been asked to resign due to a breakdown in trust, and she refused. She then, supposedly, according to her, she sued. The entire board then resigned. Prince Harry and Prince Seeiso left in solidarity. That was the timeline. That was the truth, as told by multiple trustees, including Dr. Kelelo, Prince Seiso's own cousin. Now she has introduced a new version that she refused a request by Prince Harry's team to publicly defend Meghan Sussex. And she said no, claiming she didn't want Sentebale to become, and I quote, an extension of the Sussex PR machine. Does that not sound familiar? It kind of does to me. It sounds very, Kensington Palacey. I don't know. Very sort of the firm kind of thing. But I digressed. She made this claim not to a legal committee, but to the Charity Commission. She made it to Hello, right? So not to a legal committee and not to the Charity Commission, but to Hello Magazine and the Financial Times. Just days after she ran to the Daily Mail. Do we see a pattern? Let me ask you this. What kind of whistleblower goes first to the tabloid press instead of to the board or legal oversight? What kind of leader leverages the UK's notoriously anti Sussex press, fully knowing how much racism and abuse Meghan Sussex has already endured, to paint herself as the victim? I read somewhere that some people were calling her a strong black woman. Who's a strong black woman? My mother. My mother's a strong black woman. You know who else is? My aunts. Uh huh. And a lot of other black women that I know. That, um, you, madam, and I say that with all due respect to black women who are strong, who understand struggle, who know racism, misogyny, abuse. You are no strong black woman at this point in your life. Perhaps you were prior to this conundrum, incident, betrayal, but at present, you just look like a puppet, a puppet, with all due respect, once again. This isn't just a deflection, it's a playbook. First, she blamed financial restructuring. Then, it was poor governance. Then she added bullying, misogyny, racism, misogyny noir, without naming a single person, without filing an HR complaint or something to the effect or similar, and with every trustee expressing total surprise at her accusations. Now, she's invoking Meghan Sussex's name, weaponizing Meghan's pain to distract from her own failure as a chair. You are not a strong black woman, my dear. You're not. Meghan has already carried too much, to be quite honest. And now she's being dragged into an entirely separate situation, conveniently, as Dr. Chandauka loses control of the narrative. Let's remember what actually happened. Under the doctor's leadership, and let's keep in mind, she isn't a doctor by medicine, or I'm told also she isn't a doctor by studying. It's an honorary doctorate that was given to her for some work she had done. But it's not here or there. She can use it. So it wasn't under her leadership. Sentebale lost key sponsors because of her. The Polo Cup fundraiser went unbranded. Consultants were hired at a cost of, I don't know, the price tag seems to be changing. At one point, it was over $500,000, but now I'm reading it was £600,000, not even dollars. And that was done without the board approval. A US fundraising deal fell apart. And when the board tried to act to protect the charity, she blocked the vote with legal action and launched a media campaign. Who is funding you, my dear? Who is behind all of this, my dear? You see, this wasn't about Meghan. Meghan had nothing to do with any of this. This was about money, power, control, deception, betrayal. Now ask yourself, if this was a matter of principle, why has she already appointed new trustees? Within days. Within days of everyone else who's resigned. Among them, it's Ian Rawlinson, a man closely tied to Prince William through the Tusk Trust. I'm not implying anything, I'm just saying that's the fact. It's a fact. Sentebale was born from Prince Harry's and Prince Seiso's grief, a tribute to their mothers, an act of love for children in need. How can this charity now be chaired by someone who betrayed that legacy? Supported by a trustee tied to the very institution that helped drive Harry out of the royal fold. How? Is this a coincidence? It just might be. I'm not saying anything, I'm not implying anything. I'm just stating the facts. Or is it a quiet, hostile takeover? I wonder. I wonder. Dr. Chandauka claims she's blowing the whistle. What whistle are you blowing? I mean, whistleblowers don't change their story week after week or in the middle of the week or a day later or 2 days later. Whistleblowers don't go to the Daily Mail, the most racist and toxic outlet in the UK, allegedly. She says she refused to protect Meghan. She is implying that she refused to protect Meghan. And that is what has caused all of this. The irony is that the one thing she has succeeded at, creating yet another damaging headline for the Duchess of Sussex, just as she tries to do good in her own work. There is such evil, but there is a God. Oh, amen. There is a God. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. God knows what was yesterday. God knows what's today, and God knows what's tomorrow. And you may think you got it all good, huh? But God knows. God knows. Almighty, all powerful, all knowing. God knows. You ain't no strong black woman, sister. You ain't no strong black woman. They left not because they wanted because they had to protect the mission, to stop the infighting, to let Sentebale survive. Prince Harry once said he would never walk away. And even now, you can tell this decision, this decision haunts him. But you can also see the strength of a man who will not participate in that kind of betrayal, wickedness, and evil. You know, some may argue and say, well, he could have stayed and fought. But instead, like that true mother in the story of King Solomon, he let go. He let go. Not to surrender, but to protect the child, to protect the children that benefit from Sentebale.
What are our members saying? Connie Balmer said, "Thank you, Antonio. The truth will come out and Sentebale is not yet lost. Prayers for the Tuenses, for our Duchess and the kids, Midoriya. More prayers for our community and members. Thank you, Connie." Sharon Naismith wrote, "Thanks, Antonio. I was about 10 minutes behind your live chat. I see she has the authority, as she is the only one left." On the official Sentebale website, she states she has pulled together new trustees, and she certainly did, Sharon. Thank you. Callie Jen wrote, "Great podcast, Antonio. Thanks for the link so I can support your great work." Callie Jen, on behalf of Antonio, thank you for supporting the channel. It means a lot. Thank you. Back to you, Antonio.
Thank you, members. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Let's not forget the actual mission. Children and youth affected by HIV/AIDS in Southern Africa. Young people who need services, education, hope. While the adults fight, I guess, the kids suffer. While press headlines swirl, the community pays the price. This isn't just a charity crisis, it's a moral one. It's one that the doctor is failing as far as I'm concerned. We now see the full picture of a woman who shifts blame, who names no names, files no formal complaints, yet damages everyone in her path, who uses Meghan Sussex as a scapegoat, Prince Harry as a target and the UK media as her microphone. She said she didn't want Sentebale to become a Sussex PR machine. That's what she said. But it seems she was all too eager to become the mouthpiece of an anti Sussex media machine. It's incredible. It's incredible how quickly all the tropes and the old stories and all of these old nonsense and accusations and innuendos and all of that, she's just placed them there. Oh, people were wondering about all the scandals and and the Sussexes in the media all the time. Were they? Were they? Because if you let's think this through. Let's think it through. I mean, you're an intelligent person. You're an intelligent woman. I mean, my mother does not have a university degree, and I bet you my mother has more sense than you do. If the people you are saying who want to donate are worried about the Sussexes being in the media, now that you've taken over the charity forcefully, what are you doing? You are just blabbering your mouth to the media, saying all these stereotypes and all of the stories, regurgitating them. Are those same people that were worried about the media now going to be more approachable? I mean, am I missing something here? Because that's what she said. She blamed Prince Harry that the funding was. Listen, Prince Harry gave 1.5 or 1.3 million pounds from the proceeds of his book, Spare, to the charity. He has worked endlessly, and there was never a problem. The polo tournaments were sponsored. Everything started to go downhill once you arrived and took the position of chair. Oh, so what's always gets to me. It always gets. When someone always just says, "I am just the innocent one. I've done absolutely nothing, nothing at all. I am just minding my own little business over here." You know what's a good sign of a good leader? Is someone who is willing to admit their faults, who are willing to say, "I could have done that better. I failed you folks," or "let's try and find a better way to do this." Not one that has acted the way you have at all. You've taken petty, unwanted grievances of the British media, the firm, and just decided to just throw it all at the Sussexes and hope, I'm guessing, that people will be on your side. And then you played the race card, misogyny, bullying. I don't understand though. So how did we go from that to no, it's Meghan's fault? How? How? I just don't I just don't get it. So you're going to be a mouthpiece for the anti-Sussex media machine. You know, when you plant something, when you do something with that kind of aura and energy of darkness, it will consume you, my dear. You are playing, and this is not us, I'm not, you have decided that the firm, the monarchy, whatever it is that you're involved in, that is greater and better for you. It probably is. But I'll tell you this, whatever you've done has already been done back to you. hmm And if you recognize that, if you recognize it, I think it was Whoopi Goldberg. I knocked you up on everything you've done to me, already done to you. It's already been done to you. God sees you. God sees you. Because this is all a lesson that we all need to learn. It's a tough lesson that Prince Harry, unfortunately, another one he's learning. A tough one. He trusted you. He trusted you. It irks me that you would use things like inclusivity and diversity. You see, it's people like you who just makes it harder for the rest of us. I used to work in a retail store. We used to sell luxury bags. And I started working there when I was in high school. I remember I saw these two girls come into the store. I was never one of those people who like to bother people or follow them or anything. I just made sure that I acknowledge them and say, I'm over here. If you need anything, come and get me. Or just signal to me and I'll come over. Right? I don't like to bug people because I don't like to be bothered when I'm shopping or doing things. If I have a question, I'll find you and ask you. So, and as I not paying much attention, but at the same time, I'm making sure I'm keeping my eyes on my section of the store. And they took two quite expensive purses down. I think one was $500 and the other one was 300 or something. There were these evening bags, evening clutches or whatever they're called. And they, put them away. And I said to myself as I saw them do this, I said, baby Jesus, please, Lord, please, please, I beg of you. Let them just come to the cash and cash it out, or let them just put it back because, baby Jesus, I don't want this to happen. I don't want to handle it. I don't. You know why? Because there were two black girls. And they started to exit the store. Before they reached the exit, I went, walked in front of them, and I said, "Don't do it." I said, "Please don't do it." One of them looked at me and said, "What the F are you talking about?" I said, "You know exactly what I'm talking about." I said, "Do you know how much we have to work for people not to have certain preconceived notions about us?" I mean, I know I have to work double. I have to put in 3 times what someone else has to put in order to prove that I am worthy. I know. And you just walked into the store and you're gonna just, you know. And one of them, the other one, just looked at me and she goes, "We don't know what you're talking about. Get out of our way. You're not allowed to touch us," which is true. I could have called security. I just didn't. I couldn't. I just looked at them and I said, just take it and go. I said, I hope one day you realize what you're doing, because you may think it's fun and giggles and whatever for now, but what you are doing has consequences and you may not pay for it right now, but beyond you paying for it, it has repercussions for all of us. Because I know what it's like to walk into a store and be followed around. I know what it's like for people to be staring me down. I know what it's like that, like, I pick up something and immediately I have a salesperson behind my back grabbing it out of my hands and saying, "Oh, you can't afford that," or how may I help you?" It's people who use these things, who use our race, our identity, our gender in ways to benefit themselves, but then the rest of us pay for their sins. But I know that God always has a plan. I know that God always has a plan. And you may think you're getting away with it now. You may think that it's time for you to pop the champagne out and drink and dance. You may think. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's just sickening. I feel so bizarre and weird these last couple of days. I'll be honest with you folks. I went out for dinner last night with a few friends. It was one of my friends' birthday. And we were at the restaurant and I was just, my friends were like, "Why are you so quiet? What's wrong?" This really bothers me because I've seen this throughout my life. And I know the consequences of it. We all have to pay for it. Those two girls, yes, they They stole a $500 and a $300 purse, $800. You see, they think they got it for free. But all of us had to pay that $800 one way or another. We all have to pay for it. I'm a feminist. I understand being on the other side, defending women, calling out misogyny, calling out abuse, calling out these idiotic machista men and all of this idiocity. So to be here and having to say the things about a black woman, an accomplished black woman, it just feels wrong. But then I go back to those two black girls. Did they care about my feelings? No. Did they care that I plead? I pleaded and I begged and I said, please don't do this. Please. Please. They didn't care. Now, I'm here. There's two sides to this story. And as a fair-minded person, when I look at what has been presented, when I do the research, I read and I look at what's being presented, I have to say what I've said. Not all women are created equally, not all men are created equally, not all folks of the same ethnicity or composition or anything like that are the same. We're individuals, right? Okay, that felt like a rant actually, rather than it just. I think I just needed to let that out. It's been weighing me down, just weighing me down because I kept thinking, I don't want to say these things. This is an accomplished black woman. I am sure not everything came easy to her. But then why do this? Why? Why? I'll say to the general public, don't buy into the spin. Don't buy into these people who are just ready to jump and say, "Oh yeah, Meghan, this." It's just the same nonsense, right? Don't buy into it. But what I want to know is what's her end game, because everything she's done, everything she said is contradictory. Oh, people were worried about the media and Prince Harry, and then she goes and just talks to the media and says all these things in the media. So is that the way you're going to get the people to come back who didn't want to, sponsor stuff? Or is that financier he's going to just like put in his own money? I don't know. Is Prince William going to come and take over? After all, he said Africa belongs to him. Is this his triumphant way of taking that one thing that his brother has done in such a marvelous way in honor of their mother? Is his evilness has no bounds? Does it know no stopping? Is his envy so great. Do as you wish. He's doing as he wishes, living his life. You want to go and eat pulled pork? Go do that. You want to go and rose bushes? Go and rose bushes. No one freaking cares. The only people who bloody cares are the ones with their hands up your freaking behind. What are you afraid of the media? Come on. They're gonna turn the public against you? Do you honestly think? Come on. At the end of all of this, though, we truly don't know anything yet. What we know is what has been printed, what the press has said, what she has said. But we do know this: truth doesn't change versions, love doesn't sue people into silence, and real leadership doesn't need to tear others down to lift itself up. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, said that herself. You don't need to tear me down in order to lift her up. Lift her up. Go do what you need to do. Say all the wonderful things you need to say about her. Why do you feel the need to get the Duchess of Sussex involved? If the Duchess of Sussex is showing her clothing of what she wears and people who want to emulate her, dress like her, they like her fashion, want to find her fashion easily. Her combination of streetwear, fast fashion with high end. People who want that, they go, they do it, they buy it, they get it. Why in baby Jesus' name, then you need to publish, hey, well, the Princess Catherine, has a little bit, and she wears these little, it's only 20 pounds, you see, because she cares. She cares about the people. She doesn't wear, and she's not selling out the monarchy and monetizing her position. And by the way, those children, how dare she? How dare she take what's their name again? Lilybet, and what's the other name? Oh, Arch. Oh no, Archie. Okay, Archie. How dare she take them and promote to advertise her preserves and her, what does she do? Tea bags or something, and all of that nonsense. How dare she? Oh, shut the. Because Kate and William don't do that. Actually, if you were to look at who follows a really well mannered way of protecting their children, it's the Sussexes. To this day, I have not seen either Prince Harry or the Duchess of Sussex use one of their children as props because they didn't feel like going to a football game. I haven't seen the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, whose popularity in the UK is, according to all the surveys and whatever, that the daily this and the that and the tele that, all of the Suns and whomever, all of their surveys. Oh well, Meghan is at the bottom and Harry's at the bottom, right next to them. Oh, and the pedo, he's above them. It's okay for what he does. We're okay with that. We're okay with pedos, right? I don't see the Duke and Duchess of Sussex grabbing their children and parade them out when, well, the media's been mean to us. But I have seen the so-called working royals parade their children around like commodities. You know, there's another word that I would like to use, but it's profane. You know, it's just it's unbelievable. And then we have these royal reporters assigning adult behaviors and what's not to these little kids. Already assigning them the role they will be expected to play. And you, silly people, everything Meghan does, they turn around and try to make. Have you seen the prices for the things that King Charles III sells? I mean, I don't understand. With what portion of your brain you folks actually think out from. It's either you are completely stupid, you are so brainwashed into an ideology, a cult, or you know exactly what you're doing. And you just take the British public for fools. And let's face it, some are. Like in every part of the world. There's always, I mean, why do you think black women are taking a break right now? They're enjoying Le Creuset, their butts, they're enjoying Meghan's show. They're having a great old time. Because they said, listen, biatches, 92% of us did the work. We warned you, we told you, and you're like, no, we want him. All right. Bonne chance. I think I need to shut up now because I've gone on a tangent. I have. Oh man, I actually feel better. I actually feel better. I feel better. It was really weighing me down. It really bothered me.
The Royal Court of Majesty Sussex would like to recognise the following benefactors. Sharon, Augustine, thank you, and thank you for your contribution. Callie Jen, thank you for your contributions via Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you. Your generosity keeps the candles burning. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'd just love to see her one day go, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Tell them to go fuck
you tell
themselves.
them. On the weekend, I saw some article
Yeah.
that she'd written a thank you note to someone, and then they got a handwriting expert to dissect her handwriting, and from that handwriting, they said she's contrived. I do genuinely feel like this poor woman
It's bullying.
is absolutely getting bullied.
She is getting bullied, and it never let up. It's not eased. Like, people are relentless with her.
She's still a mum, and she's still a human being.
And by the way, she's never done anything that bad.
She's not gone out and murdered 10 people.
No,
so why
exactly.
is everyone
Hating on
turning
her.
it into this sport of hating her?
I'd just love
I've been watching Meghan Markle's new show on Netflix, and in the very first episode, she makes this pasta dish. It's a one-pot pasta that's super simple and also really creamy, but without using any cream. The trick is to cook the spaghetti in the same pan as the tomatoes, and that starchy, salty water will evaporate and turn into this creamy, rich sauce. It's got lots of fresh basil, spinach, tomato, and garlic. It is, in fact, very simple, and honestly, I can't fault it. It was delicious. 10 out of 10, Meghan. That's actually really good. So my wife and I...
Since I made that video, haven't we come a long way since I made that video? I have a whole blog and Substack article coming about this entire experience, but I wanted to let you know, in the time I had to chat with Meghan, I made sure to tell her that there were hundreds of you in the comments of that video, in my DMs with me on Instagram, that are so excited about this show and so excited for her as ever era. And we had such a nice chat about how big and welcoming and positive this entire community is. I made sure that she knew that so many of us are supporting her in this era, and we had such a nice moment and chat about it. So we will chat more later when I'm not in New York and I can actually sum up everything that happened. This entire experience was absolutely incredible. For now, enjoy the show and just know that Meghan knows that y'all are rooting for her.
What I don't understand is y'all out here pissed that Meghan Markle has an unrealistic lifestyle show, acting like we haven't had unrealistic cooking lifestyle home shows for years. My girl Ina Garden, I love her, but I'm not feeding my man like Jeffrey. Joanna Gaines is out here trying to get me to shiplap my whole fucking life. That's not realistic. Bitch, if you watch a single show about gardening and you don't have a garden, you can't relate. Wanna know what's realistic? Being 32 years old, sitting on your couch eating chili and chicken tenders and having a stain on your shirt. If this show was a Nancy Meyers movie, you bitches would be gobbling it up, but because it's her, you have a problem. For the people saying it's overly produced, have we lost the entire fucking plot? This is a television production, it's not her home movie. I'm even seeing posts of like comprehensive breakdowns on how much each of her outfits cost in the show. Like, no shit, she's got money. Wanna know what I'd be wearing if I had money? Dollar bills taped to my tits. And people acting like she was doing too much when she corrected Mindy Kaling, who I love, for keep calling her Meghan Markle, and it's now Sussex. Like, where's the lie? It wasn't rude to her. Mindy Kaling didn't go crying. They had a lovely afternoon. I'm sorry, but if I go out in the street and somebody calls me Tallulah, I'm gonna say, actually, it's Shelby. You have to openly complain that somebody is too positive to you. Like, bitch, I'm miserable too, but at least I don't let people know. There are actual bad people in the world. Actual bad people that their decisions affect you. Actual bad people in the world whose decisions affect you that have huge platforms. I can think of 207 things right now that you should be more pissed about than Meghan Markle taking peanut butter pretzels from one plastic bag and putting them into another. Acting like you've never given a shit a gift before. For all the people giving her shit for being a Martha Stewart wannabe, tell me one Martha Stewart adjacent thing you've done today. Nothing. You know what? Fuck off. I'm gonna rewatch the whole show again. Why don't you shiplap your keyboard shut? P.S. Choke on a hemorrhoid. No boy.
So I had some closing remarks. I wrote them up. I actually recorded it, and I just deleted it because I don't know. I've said enough, I think, right? So on the other channel, on Hey Person on the Moon, I've curated about 25 minutes or so of relaxation, meditation music. And I think the visuals are pretty cool too. So if you feel like you need just to relax a little bit, I could always turn that on and just let the music and the visual take you away, at least for 20 minutes or so. Okay. So I'll end with that. And thank you. Thank you very much for putting up with me tonight or whenever you're listening to this. And thank you again for being just awesome people, great people, doing good out there in this world. And I love watching TikTok and watching these wonderful people just, number one, be in awe of Meghan and really call some of these haters out. But I'll tell you what I love even more than that. Woo! This is hitting me in a weird way. I know I'm not going to get emotional. But seeing Black women go into the store and buy, like, say, or show off the ones that they own, and how proud and happy I am and they are. And what's wrong with me right now? I think sometimes when there is so much nonsense, so much inner fighting, and we don't do ourselves any good, and we have Black women being mean to Meghan, and colorism and all of that. It is such a joy. Let me tell you. Damn. It's such a joy to see so many show up and support, and not only that, be proud and defend her. I'm so happy. Thank you. Bye.